Sagittarius, and welcome to your August 2017 love reading with Divine Love Tarot. I just want to say I'm sorry that this video was late because I've been having technical difficulties with my voice. I don't know if it's allergies or like a summer cold or something, but I just was not able to do another reading after the Virgo reading. I've been coughing and hacking, and I've just been sounding terrible. So I'm actually feeling a lot better now. I'm not 100%. I don't know if you can hear I'm kind of nasally and congested, but let's go ahead. I want to get this video done for you guys. I had 4 more signs left, and it just was bothering me for the last week or so that I couldn't get your videos out. All right, so thank you for being here. Thank you for being patient with me, and let's go ahead and get your reading started, okay? Past, present, and future spread, 3 cards in each position. All right, and your past position, the first card you have is Justice in reverse. The next card you have in your past position is the King of Cups. And then the next card in the past position is the Knight of Swords. Okay, so Justice in reverse points to some sort of imbalance. This can also indicate you being wrong about a person. Whatever the decision is, whatever you decided. If you thought this person was a great person, they're actually not. If you thought this person was going to be the love of your life, they turned out not to be. You thought this person was a liar and a cheater, you turned out to be wrong about that. So whatever judgment or decision you made against a person, you might have found out that you were not accurate about that. But other than that, this talks about being an unfair or dishonest. So if this was you, maybe in the past you misrepresented yourself in order to appeal to a partner, or that happened to you. Someone presented themselves as one thing and they turned out not to be that at all. Okay, but somebody was dishonest. Somebody was not being 100%. Okay, this also indicates not accepting responsibility for your actions. All right, Sagittarius. So there was some point in the past where you, no matter what happened, you were not ready to take responsibility for the part that you played in something. Whether you got caught in a lie, whether you it could have been anything. Doesn't have to necessarily be a lie, but it could have been anything, and you just were not willing to accept your part in that. The next card we have in the past position is the King of Cups. So the King of Cups represents someone who is generous, okay, someone with balanced emotions. They're creative. They are emotional, but they have control of those emotions. All right, this is someone who can be very passionate, very romantic. If this is not you, if this was not your energy, if this was not the energy of the person that you were interested or your partner, then this just indicates a time in your relationship or your love life where there was just a lot of harmony. It may have been a very romantic time. It may have been a very peaceful time. There wasn't really any conflict between you and your partner. Okay, so you move on now to the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords could be a younger air sign, okay? It could be someone who is sort of impatient. All right, somebody who wants things to happen quickly. So this is the person who comes in and tries to sweep you off your feet very quickly. Whether they can sustain that, we don't know, but they want everything to be fast. They want it now. I want you now. I need you now. I have to have you right now. That's the Knight of Swords. And in the relationship, this could be a relationship that moved very fast, very quickly. So if you met someone who you assumed to be the King of Cups, right? You thought this person was the King of Cups and you guys jumped into something quick, fast, and in a hurry because, hey, you felt like you were in love like never before. All right, so that's one interpretation of this past spread. Another interpretation of this past spread is that maybe someone viewed you as the King of Cups, all right, and they pursued you, and you might have, thought that they were one way, but then they turn out to be a total another way. Maybe they're just more impatient than you expected. But this is the typical, like, love at first sight, fools rush in type of situation where, you know, it's like you meet someone that sparks that desire and sparks that passion within you, and you're just ready to get something started with this person. Okay. And if it's not a situation like that, then this what it is indicating is that this is a time where you and your partner were just having fun with each other. And so with the King of Cups and the Knight of Swords, this just could have been a very open time in your relationship. You guys were having fun. You guys were communicating. You guys were being romantic. This is just like a blessed time in your love affair. Now, with the Justice in reverse, it still indicates that there was some sort of imbalance. Okay, so maybe you guys were all focused on the love, focused on the feelings. There's no pentacles here, so stability. There's no fire signs, so we don't know fire signs, I should say. So we don't know what the energy level of this situation was. But feelings wise, the attraction was definitely there, and you guys were able to communicate how you felt for each other, and that communication pushed things forward. Okay, let's go ahead and see what's going on in the present position, Sagittarius. First card you have in the present position is the Seven of Wands in reverse. Next card in the present position is the Page of Cups in reverse. Last card in your present position is the Three of Pentacles in the upright. All right, so when we have the Seven of Wands in reverse, the Seven of Wands in reverse represents someone who's feeling overwhelmed or like it's to the point where they're giving up. All right, your strength is like wavering, your energy is wavering. You don't really have any much energy to put into the situation for whatever reason. um, Whether it's your partner or just outside obstacles, you're feeling kind of defeated. All right, you don't feel like you have the energy to um, keep overcoming the obstacles or the things that are blocking you guys. This card can also represent someone whose partner is demanding, and those demands are just you're just falling under the pressure. You just can't keep up anymore. Okay? Because we also have the Page of Cups in reverse here. So, if this is your partner, okay, you could be dealing with a water sign. Okay, we did have the King of Cups in the last position. And actually, let me keep those cards there because I did that for the last reading too. So, you had the King of Cups in the upright. You had the Knight of Swords in the upright. You had Justice in reverse. Okay. So that King of Cups could have turned into the Page of Cups now, and you're dealing with someone who is a bit immature in their emotional responses for whatever reason. Um, they're also this also could be some type of disappointment in love. All right. Page of Cups in reverse represents repressed emotions. Also represents someone who might be sort of a player, okay? Someone who is dating multiple people. So maybe in the past, this person presented themselves as the King of Cups, all right? And that's why they wanted to move so quickly because they know deep down inside they weren't really a King of Cups. They were more of a Page of Cups, and they are emotionally unstable. So they may require a lot of you to make them feel better emotionally because they're not balanced. And now you don't have the energy to continue to give them what they need. They're like basically sucking all the energy out of you. That's just one scenario. You could now be the Page of Cups in reverse because you were overwhelmed in the situation and your emotions are out of balance. This also represents someone who could have an issue with substance abuse, so you want to be mindful of that. If that's you, Sagittarius, don't let anybody drive you to drink. And if this is someone that you're dealing with, encourage them to get help and don't let them wear you out. Okay? Um, what else do we want to say about the Page of Cups? This is like a person who is in love with love, okay? They just love relationships. So, it could very well be that same person from the past position. And it's just that now that you're getting to know them, you realize that, what they are, there is immaturity here. All right. It was kind of hidden with the swiftness of the situation and how fast they wanted to move. But that's kind of an immature way of dealing with things also. Because the more mature you are, is the more you realize that even if you have a sudden attraction for something, it's always best to kind of let things unravel slowly. Because attraction and chemistry is not a foundation for a relationship. It's not the only foundation. And you don't want to become attracted to someone and you feel like you can't be without this person, but then there's other things and other factors in their life that are against everything that you stand for. Okay, if you meet someone and you're very attracted to them, and then you find out that they're already married, they're already in another situation, they may have children, and you're not ready to deal with children, or you're done having children, and you thought that you were going to find someone who was in the same place in life as you, and now you're realizing that to be with this person means that you're going to have to help them raise their children. Like, these are all things that we need to consider when we're in a relationship. So when you rush into a situation, then you start to realize that you've bitten off more than you can chew when you're dealing with this person. Because the Page of Cups in reverse is a handful. Okay, emotional. Their emotions, for one, you just can't even keep up with them. One day they're happy with you, the next day they can't stand you. They're not afraid to throw a temper tantrum your way, but then at the same time, they still want you to coddle them after they've had that emotional outburst. So it's like you have to play both sides of the fence with them. You have to play defense and you have to play offense with them. It's just like you can never win. All right. Moving on to the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles represents what do we want to say about the Three of Pentacles? This could be that you are either busy with work and don't have time to focus on your relationship, or you're dealing with someone who is putting more energy into work and other things than the relationship. Okay, so if you are dealing with this younger person, they may have their attentions elsewhere. And, whenever you try to have a discussion about that, it turns into some type of fight or argument. That could just be one. You could be the one who has a lot of work to do, and this person doesn't understand that. And their demands are wearing you out. Their demands for your time, their demands for your attention is just a little bit overwhelming for you because you do have other things that are going on. Now, if neither one of those scenarios are accurate for you, this can also represent the fact that you and your partner are coming together to work as a team and to try to find some compromise in your situation. So it could be that, you guys are realizing that you're not who you thought you were. They're not who you thought they were. You're not who they thought you were. But you still have some type of common ground and you still kind of want to make things work. Or you're not quite ready to let go of the situation yet. Okay? You're still attracted to each other. You still want to see what's there and what you guys can do. This card also can indicate that you meet someone at work. Okay, so there may be someone at work that you have your eye on that you're interested in. You could also have met someone over social media that you're interested in. So this can represent also a new beginning in love. Okay, a new avenue, a new pathway. Like you're forging a new path for your love life. Now it is a three, and sometimes threes can indicate love triangles. So maybe, this Page of Cups has pushed you to a point where you're starting to look elsewhere for attention, or you're looking elsewhere for someone who's more of a match for you, Sagittarius. And that's where you're at in the relationship. You're still kind of dealing with this person, but you're kind of also wanting a new beginning somewhere else. All right, so let's go ahead and see what's going on in the future position. First card for the future position is the Devil in reverse. Next card is the Hierophant in reverse. And the last card is the Page of Wands. Okay, and this deck is called Rods, but it's the Page of Wands. So the Devil in reverse indicates that you are possibly moving on from a toxic situation. So maybe this Page of Cups, you've just had enough and you said, you know what, I'm moving away from this. This indicates that if, the bond that was holding you, if it was a physical bond, if it was a sexual attraction, you no longer feel that attraction for the person. Okay, so this doesn't necessarily denote the end of a relationship, but it denotes the end of whatever toxicity, codependency, or addiction was going on between the two of you. So now that the sex, that's just one aspect. If that's no longer the main focus, you can now focus on the other areas to see what you guys actually do have in common outside of the bedroom to see if you can make things work. Okay. The Devil in reverse, though, is also, um, it could be that, in one aspect, this card says that you are breaking free from the situation. In another aspect, the card is saying that you're not even aware that you are bonded to this person because of that situation. All right, but basically you feel like you're suffocating. You know something's wrong. You're just not attributing it to the actual issue. So let's just say you know that there's something off between the um in the relationship between you and this person, but you're not realizing it's because they are maybe sexually addicted to you. Okay, maybe this person's not leaving you alone, and you're not understanding why they're not leaving you alone because you're not realizing that they are addicted to you somehow, that they're codependent on you for some reason. Because that is a pitfall of dealing with someone who is a Page of Cups. They will become codependent on you for that affection and that attention, maybe even that sexual attention. Okay, so yeah, they might be telling you that they want to make it work, or they might be willing to make it work because they're not really willing to relinquish that bond with you. Okay, so you want to be mindful of that. If it's not you that is bonded to them, this person is bonded to you. Okay, Sagittarius, so just be aware of that. Um, uh, and this is just a sign that in the future you are going to release some sort of emotional baggage. Okay, so this is the card that actually symbolizes that proverbial dodging a bullet. Okay, you're getting out. You're getting out of something before it continues to be the devil in the upright. Okay, you're actually getting out of the bondage versus going into the bondage. So we move on to the Hierophant in reverse. The Hierophant, excuse me, the Hierophant in reverse is representative of someone who doesn't want to conform to tradition. All right, they're breaking the rules, they're breaking tradition. This could be an untraditional sort of relationship. This can also indicate that you no longer want to conform within the ties of a situation. So maybe you don't want to be in the relationship the way that it is anymore. Okay, maybe this person required too much of you, and you've decided to let that go because this just is not working for you. The Hierophant is like, look, I just do not have it to stay in this type of constraint. I need a different type of setup. I need a different type of situation. I don't want to be pinned down. Okay? I don't want to be controlled. I don't want to be told how I'm supposed to act or how I'm supposed to dress or what I'm supposed to do, where I'm supposed to be. That's the Hierophant. All right? The Hierophant is not going to be traditional. The Hierophant could be someone who's already in a technical marriage. Okay, they could be legally married, whether they're separated from that person or not, and so therefore they don't have that traditional relationship. They can't give you marriage. They can't give that to you. Maybe this is you, Sagittarius. You're not able to give that to another person. So you're saying, look, I can't give you this traditional relationship that you're looking for. All right, that's just one way to interpret this card. But this can also indicate a relationship where two people are at odds with each other because you both feel that you're right. Whatever the argument is, whatever the disagreement is, neither one of you wants to let go of your viewpoint, or you can't understand each other's point of view. All right, so you are at odds because nobody's willing to compromise right now. That's what's going on. That's the future. All right, and then you do have the Page of Wands in the future position. So the Page of Wands is a positive love message. Okay, this could be receiving positive email, text, something saying that the person that you're interested in is also interested in you. If this is a person, they could be a younger fire sign. This is a person who's enthusiastic. They're or outgoing. They're a very sociable person. They're considered a people person. Okay. Um, but this can also indicate a love-hate relationship. All right. And it looks like that, if you're still dealing with this Page of Cups person, then that's what's going on. One minute you guys are hot and heavy, the next minute you can't stand each other, you're fighting. And, this kind of toxic thing, it looked like it was more toxic in the past position, but you're starting to realize now that, this is not what you want, and you realizing that this person is sexually attracted to you because the Page of Wands can indicate a relationship that's basically built off of sexual chemistry. All right, this can also indicate a person who has decided, maybe you decide in the future, that you want to date multiple people. You're realizing that this person is not the person for you, and you're not trying to have anything traditional with them. You've decided against that, and you're going to go ahead and see what else is out there for you. All right, you're going to date around a little bit because you're not going to rush into anything like you did in the past with this person who you thought was the King of Cups, but probably turned out to be more of the Page of Cups. Okay, and so this can also indicate that you and your partner, if there is no breakup, if there's no separation, you guys might be going on some type of a trip, maybe to someplace exotic. You guys are going to Thailand or something like that. You guys are just going to get away. All right, so that's another aspect of the Page of Wands. All right, so this also can be representative of a relationship where there's a significant age gap, 20 plus years between you and the person that you're seeing. Okay, so if this is a younger fire sign, maybe Sagittarius, you're dealing with someone who's in their 20s and you're a little bit older than, your 20s, if you know what I mean. So that's one, that's also something else this card represents. And this is a relationship that starts very quickly and fizzles out just as quickly because the foundation is only built off of that physical attraction. Okay, Sagittarius. So we kind of look like we have a situation where you met someone and you thought probably thought this was the best thing that ever happened to you. Okay, and either they seemed like the King of Cups or they made you feel like the King of Cups, but things were looking great, and so you decided to just move forward. Okay, you guys, or maybe the person was deciding let's do this really quickly, right? Because hey, look what we've got here. We love each other. We feel this way, and um, it just wore you out. You realize that this person was emotionally unbalanced. Maybe they were just too much for you to handle. All right, Sagittarius, fire and water is a delicate balance. So if you're dealing with someone who is, maybe they don't necessarily have to be a water sign, but if they have that watery temperament, then that can be sometimes too much for a fire sign to deal with because you guys handle your emotions differently. Um, Here, once again, whether you met someone at work, whether you just decided to go to work more often to not have time to spend with this person. All right, but here you're realizing in the future that there is some type of bondage between the two of you that you need to get out of. All right, there is some type of attraction. Maybe your attraction to them is no longer, and you've decided that you can't give this person this traditional relationship that they might be demanding of you. All right, and you're just gonna go and do your own thing for a little while. You're gonna see what test the waters and see what else is out there. All right, if not, you're still in a relationship with this person. It's still untraditional, but maybe you guys decide that you travel. This is your travel partner. You guys are very physical. You really enjoy each other's company. It doesn't matter if emotionally you're not suited, and you're just gonna go off and have adventures together. All right, Sagittarius. So I don't know if any of those possibilities resonate with you. If they do, please let me know in the comments. Okay. Once again, I apologize that it took so long for this reading to go up, but I hope that it was worth the wait, and I hope to see you guys at the next reading. I'll be doing your general readings next. Okay, so go ahead and look forward to those too. Thanks so much, Sagittarius, and I'll see you guys at the next reading. Bye.